Hello my lovelies, it's Monday morning. It's the last week of the decade. Oh my gosh. Well, it's New Year's this week. My reading plan this week is not completely detailed yet, and I'm gonna go at it a little bit more relaxed. I do want to finish at least Sleigh and Harley in the Sky this year, and then I have started putting together my January TBR, but there's still some changes possible and I don't have an order yet. And for this week it all depends on what I'm going to be doing with my friends, etc. So currently I'm at a home improvement DIY store where you get wood with my mom and dad, because my son just had his birthday and he asked for his birthday for our garage to be temperature proof for winter, so he can continue meeting his friends and play with them there. And he wants to do a big New Year's party with his friends. So my dad said he will build with him, and that's what we're shopping for now. So I am currently on my way to meet my friends again for some dinner and maybe some Korean learning, maybe, who knows. Always an option when we're meeting up. So my parents are back home finishing up the project with my son, and my train is already here. Perfect timing. I would say that is a lot of dogs. That was a lot to get past. I definitely got my camera out way too late, but I felt like, okay, I am going to step on one of them. I am, by the way, done with chapter 7 of Sleigh, and I'm having some difficulty with following this discussion about racism in online video games. I have been playing a lot of MMORPGs in my 20s as a student, and I mean a lot. Talking about sleeping and playing was all I did for a while, and I have never ever seen anything racist happening. I have played on international servers, European servers, and US servers, so I don't necessarily think it's because I've only been playing in Europe, but nevertheless they are dramatizing how much racism a person of color has to confront when playing a video game. And I feel like because in a video game you cannot see the person's skin color, I would have seen it. I would have noticed this happening. I have played characters with a dark skin. Yes, I have probably mostly played characters that were in some way, shape or form who I wanted to look like or something. But honestly, I played a lot of characters with dark blue skin. Come on. I have never ever encountered somebody saying the N-word to an online character with dark skin. I have never encountered any racial slurs in any way, shape or form at all. Have I encountered trash talk? Tons and tons and tons. So trash talk, yes, but that trash talk never had an ounce of racism to it. Anyways, yeah, please let me know if I'm completely off here. If you have a different experience of the online gaming world, I really would like to know if what's happening there and why I have such a different view of things. And I have mostly been playing on European servers, probably, that's true. And I think I have most of my time I have probably played on German servers, and that's probably different, but that not exclusively. So yeah, let me know what you think, please put it down in the comments if you have any experience on that. So I just got home, and my mom said when I left that she would love to do some eggs in the morning, but I didn't have any eggs, and well, holidays, etc. But I'm not going to show you why I love living out in the country where people can trust each other. It's dark, so you won't be able to see it as well, but this is just out in the open, and I'm going to show you how I get eggs out here in the country. I am back home, and I got some mail as always. So we have a book. I think that's from the traveling book project. I do have to read. I do have a couple of at home right now, so I do have to really read. And it is, I am actually really looking forward to Dark Dawn. I'm the second one, I'm the third one reading it. Both of them have been writing with a glittering pen. I'm not sure I have one, but I feel like I need to do that as well. Oh, look at this. That is nice. And we have some tea in here. Oh, I love this tea. I love this tea. Fruity with rum, grapes, and orange. Okay. So Dark Dawn, I have no idea when I'm gonna get to this, but I think I have 3 months, so I will try and put this on the list for February, because for January I already have a few traveling books. I am not finishing the traveling books that I had on for December, so yeah. Okay, and then I think this is something from China. So I am doing a challenge in 2020. And this is my running shirt for it. Woohoo! 20 miles in 2020. Run the year. So this is my challenge pack. Awesome. This is so perfectly timed to come at New Year's. It's amazing. So run the year. We have in here my challenge pack aside from the shirt. So we have the 4 years plaque, because this is the 4th year that I'm doing it. And then the medal looks like this. This medal is kind of adjustable to where I'm at. So I have this key, and it says 500 miles, 1,000 miles, and then it says 1,500 miles and finisher. So I am able to slide this in here, and this way it shows what I have already reached, and I think that is such a fun idea. Then I have a keychain, a sticker, a car sticker, a thank you note, and I had this on my desk for last year. It tells you what it looks like when you break it down, and I love that it's broken down. Did you know that averaging 11,000 steps a day will cover the 20 miles? I mean, come on, isn't this an incentive? And then we have the information about the medal. And then we have a Color by Miles poster. That's what it looks like. So that's my challenge pack. Whoop-de-woo! I'm actually really excited to attack this. I really failed it last year. Well, I failed it this year due to my health getting worse. That's that. And I think this might be a subscription box. It is the Shelf Love Crate. It's the Shelf Love Crate. Okay. So let's put that on the shelf of my unboxings that I need to do. I wanted to finish Slay before I left, but I'm gonna finish it today, but it might not happen before I leave. And I do have to think about my January TBR because it's already way too big, and things are popping up that I kind of committed to reading in January. Let me show you what I already have. Okay, so this is my shelf where I'm at, and now I have kind of committed to reading that with Elisa. I do have a few ebooks, I think 2 NetGalley and this is already a lot. And then I have 3 traveling books that I wasn't able to finish in December that I would love to squeeze in, but it's already way too much. I guess it is officially not only the next day, it is the new year, the new decade. Oh my gosh. So it is a little bit weird to be home alone for just the last few minutes, to be with my son who has his friends over and might need a little bit of supervision during the fireworks. But I think 2019 has been a good year, but 2020 is going to be even better. I want to just take this moment and just tell you all how much I appreciate you, everybody who has been supporting me throughout this year, throughout the last couple of years, and is sticking with me. And I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I am enjoying this hobby of vlogging, of talking to you guys so much, and I have learned opening up about some topics that I felt like I couldn't open up because of the kind reactions that I have received here. So thank you all for being here, for listening to my rambling, to joining me on my journey, and please do know that I do appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you. Good morning. It is January 1st. Happy New Year. So I did adjust my TBR a little bit. I do feel like I still need to cut 1 or 2 books out of it, but I am right now not sure which ones, because my prompts and my system kind of generate some of the books, and then I have buddy reads and other responsibilities that I put on myself, and I like all these responsibilities, so I'm not mad about it. It's just that I'm not sure what to cut out. So I'll probably just see how it goes. I wanted my 2020 like my 2020 reading resolution, was supposed to be to have even more realistic TBRs. So in 2019, I looked at having the percentage of TBR versus actually read to be a little bit higher than in 2018, and I want to top that again in 2020, so I get closer and closer to a realistic TBR, or I more and more up the ante in reading. So yeah, I am not 100% sure yet what to cut out, but I am going to have to cut out a few. Anyways, I will start with The Eye of the World. As I mentioned in a few other videos before, I am doing a Wheel of Time read along with a friend. If anybody still wants to join, please do so. Please let me know. I'm also considering recording a kind of read with me a format where I am giving updates after a couple of chapters, where you can watch that video once you have watched that where you can read the book, and once you get to a chapter you can watch the video and, well, answer to it or whatever, and then you stop again and at the end of this chapter talk, and whenever you get to the next chapter where I'm talking, you continue the video. So that's an idea. I'm not sure if it's going to work out, because I don't know how much I'm going to have to say that makes sense and that will make for a good format. So let's see about that. And then I will try and read this week. Well, I do have to read The Queen of Atolia, because I think I'm already late and I need to send that on to the next person. And I am going to listen to I Tell You I Love You, but then I'd have to kill you. Not sure if I'm up for that kind of stuff. This is from my prompt of having a wish list, like having one of the oldest from my wish list. And I am absolutely happy to DNF if that is not my jam anymore. That would already cut out a book too. And then I am trying to read this week still an arc from Ned Gelly that I'm late on that's called Wake. So I'm gonna try finishing these two, and I'm going to be reading roughly 90 pages in The Eye of the World every day now. I think I'll start looking into this book. Maybe a first chapter to just get into it, and then walk, maybe. So I have been reading a few chapters in The Eye of the World. I have been taping a chapter by chapter spoilery reaction discussion slash one read with me, and I'm excited to see where it goes and if it makes sense at the end to edit and release. I am 4 chapters in. I'm liking it so far. It is a little bit less detailed and dramatically written than I thought. I think my expectations just were so bad about the writing style that I'm relieved that I can actually easily read the sentences, and that it feels like Robert Jordan is getting to a point, etc. There are a few interesting topics that I'm picking up about gendering, about priorities and breaking up norms. Looking at when this book was written is going to be important for me to understand what has been intentional and what is just wrong, and when it was intentional, how it's done, and how it's going to be resolved. So that is going to be really interesting. More of my detailed thoughts you can probably then see in the other video. Earlier on my walk, I read I Tell You I Love You, but then I'd have to kill you, which I have to say I would have loved as a 13-year-old. That was my jam. That was absolutely the kind of story that I would have loved. I loved everything that played like in a school setting. I like these spy settings. So pretty much what this book is about is that we're following this girl who is in spy school in a private school where the girls are being educated to become spies. And she's making a new friend, and she is getting to know a boy, etc. And that all complicates. I don't know how to say it without much spoilers, but it is fun. It is very young YA, I feel like, or it feels older than middle grade but younger than YA. All right, so I am so tired. I'm gonna go to bed, and then we're going to be the weekend soon, and then I'm gonna have to go to work again. It's crazy how quickly this week is going by. Hello, it is Thursday, and I went straight back into my reading area next to the heating. I probably should go out and go for a walk as long as it's light out, but I need to continue in this one first. Then I want to start Wake later on today, which finally, this is one of the arcs that I have been pushing for months, if not even by now year. So let's read a few chapters and see where we get. So, chapter 7, and I broke my book. I looked at the map and it just fell out. Well, I guess now I can look at it a lot better. I'm done with chapter 7, and I am really intrigued, and I am into this story now. I still don't understand really what these Aes Sedai are, only that, well, what we know is that they are known to be the bad guy in stories, and I'm wondering how long that will take to be debunked, because I have a feeling that we're getting to have a little debunking of the bad guy here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday evening and the weather is crap. It is kind of wet. It's not like pouring rain, but it's like a misty rain, and it's gross. I had a couple of appointments today, and I'm now on my way to Düsseldorf to meet some of my friends. They do want to go clubbing tonight. I don't really feel like clubbing, but I'm gonna join them for the pre-clubbing drinks, and I'll hopefully read a little on the way. So yesterday I reached chapter 9 as per my plan. I'm actually on track on my plan. I haven't started Wake, which was on my plan as well, but I will try and do that this weekend. But yeah, I'm fully invested in the story now. I actually didn't want to stop reading last night, even though my plan was I was on track with my buddy read. But I also have the feeling that with the Wheel of Time, within the first 9 chapters, we are experiencing so much. We're getting so much info. I have that weird feeling, oh my god, that I am missing like half the things. Yeah, crap weather. That I'm missing so many things that are being said, that are being hinted, that are being explained, and I am missing it all because I don't get it, or I can't understand everything that's being said. Well, I'm gonna step into the train in a second and it's gonna be better. But anyways, I think the first thing I'm gonna do once I'm home is actually pick the winners, apologize like 100 million times, and do the January giveaway video. Oh my gosh, honestly, I'm such a mess. So I'm done with chapter 11 and I am truly enjoying this so much. My biggest issue right now is that I am a little bit afraid that there's so much happening that I have no clue what I'm actually reading, and that I potentially would have to read this 3, 4, 5 times to actually notice everything that's happening, and I don't intend to do that. So yeah, I'm battling right now between wanting to notice everything and going into podcasts that discuss these like chapter by chapter to just make sure I notice everything, versus I am enjoying the pure reading experience so much right now. I don't feel like it's elaborate. I don't feel like it's too detailed. It gets too like the descriptions are too long, similar to Tolkien. This is exactly the way that I like it. Okay, so let's go on with chapter 12. So after I opened up my Bloom and Wild subscription, where sadly one rose was completely I wouldn't say completely, but it's yuck. It's moldy. I'll contact them. I mean, these are living things. These things can happen. It's all about how the company reacts to it. And I will keep you updated about this. So after that, I want to show you all the advertising always. Honestly, I do enjoy advertising in these boxes because I always love when when I discover new amazing things in these things. But sadly with Bloom and Wild, I'm getting the same advertising now for so long, and I'm like, well, it's always advertising for your first purchase, and this is a waste because like if you give me a first purchase for like HelloFresh for a year, I will only be able to use one anyway, so it's complete waste. But what I wanted to show you is a subscription box, a tea subscription box from the USA. It's called the Simple Loose Leaf Tea Company. I paid 14 euros 28, I think. So this cost me $10 per month and $5 shipping, which I find absolutely okay. So we have this little package. I'll just get it all out. There's a happy holidays from the team at Boast, so the packing company. That is a nice thing to give us. And then we have a simple like card introducing the company where we can give feedback. And did you know that Simple Loose Leaf isn't really a tea company? We're actually a gift company that focuses on the joy of botanicals and tea. Let's see what we have. So we have cotton tea bags, so reusable tea bags. That's a neat idea. So what do we have? We have an Quillan Oolong. I am a big fan of the yellow tea that I received in my last box, so I'm excited to see what we have in here. Quillan Oolong, Genmaicha. It's a bancha green tea, popped corn and toasted hull rice kernels. Oh, that looks interesting. Can you see that? I'll have to see if I have to. Then a blood orange. That's a rooibos herbal tea. I'm not the biggest fan of rooibos. Blue Lady Grey, a black tea with lavender flowers. That can be nice. And then we have some description on it. So I think for like $9 or $10 plus shipping, I'm absolutely happy with this. It's like $2.50 per thingamajig. Which is not the cheapest, but if I compare it to how much I pay for good quality tea, it's not that much more. Cheers. grassy. It is grassy. Oh my god, my eyes are dark circles again. This is so bad. Oh, and before I leave, it is so great to hear some of you are beginning to get your packages. I love when you're linking me on Twitter or something, or like her picture sending me greetings that they had fun unpacking it. That gives me so much satisfaction and so much joy. Keep sending me those pictures or put up unboxing videos when you receive one of the prizes, because it makes me so happy. Good morning. It is Sunday morning and I am fully engaged in the Wheel of Time series. I am at chapter 18, I believe. I am finally going out for a walk while it is still light outside. Yay me. I'm finally doing it. I have, aside from the Wheel of Time, which I will hit easily, I have 2 smaller books that I wanted to finish reading, and that is Wake at 230 pages, I think, and The Queen of Atolia. And if I do not finish The Queen of Atolia, I will have to send it on Monday to the next person, because I am so behind and I'm already over the time that I'm allowed to keep it, so I have to send it on. So I'm hoping to get back from my walk, be up to date with the Wheel of Time, and then dive into the Queen of Atolia and hopefully start and finish it in one sitting.